Hello, all, and welcome to Lesson 4 Learning with Jelly on our journey to learn SQL for beginners. So, thus far, we have learned the from and the where clauses within the select statement. Now, we're going to finish up by learning some of the main clauses that are left, which is group by, having, and order by. So, once we learn these three, we'll pretty much have a good solid set of all of the clauses that you need to know for SQL. So let's start with group by. So, group by. So, for group by, you're going to classify your data into groups. You can group by one or more columns, and this is very beneficial if you need summary statistics for a certain group. So, you need the average sales by region, you need the minimum purchase amounts from each store or each department. You need a sum of the total sales for each of the stores within a certain region, right? So the group by is very, very beneficial to get you those summary statistics. It's very similar to those mean functions, standard deviation functions, and methods in Python, very similar to proc means in SAS, and there's also a lot of functions in R as well. So the first thing that we're going to do on my right hand side of the screen, I have the Chinook database loaded in SQLite. If you have not loaded this database, please check out the first video. I take you through how to have this database loaded and how to download SQLite. But pretty much, we're selecting the sum of total, and we're doing it by the country from the invoice table in the Chinook database, and we're grouping by country. So I'm just going to run this. And as you can see, I am getting the total sum of each of the invoices by country. Okay. So this is how I can use the group by statement. And I'm also using a function on a column by saying summing up the total. This can be the average, anything that we want to see. So group by is very beneficial to get those summary statistics by group. Now, after group by, we have something called the having clause. And let me just make this a little bit bigger so we can see it. Okay. So the having clause subsets the group. So it comes after the group clause. So remember in SQL, the order of the clauses matter. So after select, there always needs to be a from. Okay. After from, you can have different clauses depending on what you're looking at, but it'll always have to be in a certain order. So if I'm grouping my data, that means having has to always come after group by, and I'm going to do having, and then I'm going to do having the sum total greater than 40. Okay, so I only want to look at the countries that have a sum of all of their total invoices that are greater than 40, and I run it. And when I scroll down, I see that I don't have any numbers less than 40. It's giving me all of the countries who have invoices greater than 40. So the having always pertains to the group. Okay, so that's very important. So after having, there's something called order by. And in this example here, this picture down below is what I was talking about when I talk about the order of the clauses. So within one select statement, you have from, where, group by, having, order by. It has to go in that order. Now, do you have to have a where clause? No. But if you don't have a where clause and you need to have a having statement, you can only have a having statement if you're grouping by something. Okay, so the having clause only applies when I'm grouping by particular columns. Okay, the default when I'm ordering is ascending. Okay, so by default, if you don't type the word ASC, the data is going to order itself by ascending. Okay, if I want to order it by descending, I would have to put that keyword after the column, and that will give me descending order. So we're going to see an example of that in the next slide. So say for instance, I want to order by billing billing country. So I'm going to say order by billing country. And remember that my semicolon always goes by after the last clause. Okay, so notice I don't have any semicolons up here. I only have columns that separate my columns. So now I'm going to say order by the billing country, and I see that the billing country is in alphabetical order. If I want to do descending, I just put DSC. Let me make this bigger. And I can order by descending, and therefore United Kingdom is going to be my first one. Okay, all the way down to Austria. All right. So that is how we do group by, having, and order by. If you're using having, you need to have a group by statement. The benefits of using the group by clause is that you can get summary statistics based off of a particular group. So I can get summary statistics based off of each department in a business, each region, in my sales or customer channel, things of that nature. Okay, so now that we have all of the clauses that we really need to know for the select statement, our next tutorial is going to go over some more complex functions that we can apply to our queries in order to get out some meat and potatoes. So, thank you for tuning in with Learning with Jelly. Please like, comment, and subscribe. If you're also interested in learning SAS, I'll have that playlist in the description. And stay tuned for our next sequel video. Thank you and have a great day.